We left Canterbury with a rental car, and we had this whole route starting in Dover and then following the coastline. But I quickly realized that I'm not skilled enough to be driving a car in a city on the left-hand side of the road yet. So we got into Dover and immediately left and headed towards Leeds Castle, which is mostly freeways and then, a small country road to get to the castle. So Leeds Castle is a historic medieval castle in Broomfield, not Leeds. It was originally built as a castle keep in the year 119, and it became a royal palace in 1278, bought for Queen Eleanor of Castile. And it was really enlarged under Edward I and subsequently used as a residence for several queens and monarchs over the centuries. They provided an audio tour that you can go through. So here's my little jaunt through Leeds Castle. I'm at Leeds Castle. And it's been a harrowing experience because we rented a car. We got too big of a car. And the roads are really narrow. And you drive on the left-hand side of the road. And you don't know what the signs are. And you don't know how the car operates because we don't have whatever that model is. So it's been very stressful. I personally want to go to the castle. So I'm going to the castle, and Jackie is calming down in the car. She may join me later. I don't know. Up there we have the castle. These are the castle grounds. There's lots of ducks. It's quite brisk out. Cold, a bit sprinkly. Yeah. Oh well. You're here. You got to see it. And this is interesting. I didn't know they had Canadian geese. This isn't Canada, bud. You're lost. In Brighton Hove, we stayed in a bed and breakfast. It was right next to the beach, just off of the Marine Parade, and literally across that street, and you can see the beach with the famous Brighton Palace Pier off in the distance. Now, it's funny because it was a bed and breakfast, but they didn't serve breakfast, which was cool because they actually had like 6 different restaurants that they partnered with, and you can get a free breakfast at any one of these 6 places. And they were great breakfasts, and I had to try the full English for the first time, which basically stuffed me for the entire day. One day while we were in Brighton, Jackie's back was killing her, so she had to go get a massage and maybe some acupuncture. So I just wandered and found myself on narrow streets, checking things out, and eventually ended up on Brighton Beach. It's famous, Brighton Beach. Jackie's out doing her acupuncture, so I have an hour to kill, so I'm walking along the beach. It's so windy here. I just got a break because I'm under a berm, but it's very cold. Extremely windy. Up there is the street that runs along the beach, and this is very much it's a very Coney Island-esque kind of place, but it's dead now. It's probably the worst weather they've had in a couple of weeks, and here we are to enjoy it. But what I want to know, and I haven't figured out yet, what is that thing out there? Get a better view of it. But you can see the waves. That's from the winds. What is that? I don't know what that is. Sitting out there rusty. While walking along the beach, I found the Upside Down House, which I've heard of, but I was the only one in there, and the guy running the place that day was super nice, and he took some pictures of me in various poses. Here's 3 of the ones I thought were better than the others. So that's kind of a wrap for Brighton Hove. We were only there for 4 nights, essentially 3 days, and jumped on a train and headed to our next destination. So this morning our train was canceled to Portsmouth. So we jumped on a different train that was gonna go to Cosham. And from there, we got like a 5-minute transfer to another train for a 15-minute ride. So we're kind of debating whether or not do we just take a taxi from Cosham rather than take our bags off this train, put them on another train, ride for 15 minutes, and then come back, or take them back off, and then go get a taxi. It's a 12-minute taxi ride. If we stay all the way to Portsmouth, it's a 25-minute ride if we get off at Cosham. So for us, it's the first time we've run into a train schedule. It was pretty simple. Took a while to figure out because we had no internet in the hotel we were at. But once we had internet, it's pretty obvious. And the train stations kind of tell you what's happening. So it's good. We're good. We stayed in Southsea, which is neighboring to Portsmouth. And it's a cool town, very flat, very walkable, interesting buildings with really impressive murals on some of the buildings. There's a big park right down the street from where we were staying. It's got all kinds of stuff in it, like the tennis club, grass courts. Notice that's interesting. There's a big play area there for kids inside that glass area, and it's got beach access with some interesting stuff going on at the beach. This guy had the most realistic Dalek I'd ever seen, driving around remote control, entertaining people. It's fun to watch. Also, as part of this park is the World War II Museum, and they've got all kinds of stuff in there. Now, something I didn't notice is Portsmouth Southsea was one of the staging areas, and you can see right out here on this map, everybody gathered right out in front before they headed to Normandy. They even have an actual transport ship that carried heavy equipment across the channel to land there on Normandy Beach. Today I'm out exploring Portsmouth Historic Port. It's really cold today, super windy, but I'm in an old restoration building. I got a bunch of old ships here that are being restored. It's a cool place, and they have like this, I guess it's a lock to bring the boats up high enough so that they can pull them out of the water. And work on them. Here's some of the ships that are being worked on. This is an impressive old whaler. This is something that, like, Ernest Shackleton would have had his crew, would have been taking something like this from Antarctica back to the South American continent. Some brave people. Look what I just found, hanging out behind a wall, very inconspicuous, as if it's the real TARDIS being inconspicuous. For our last day at Portsmouth Southsea, we checked our bags at a luggage holding facility, headed to the port, and jumped on a ferry to the Island of Wight.
Movement is a good thing.
It's just going to be a quick day trip, and then when we get back, we're going to jump on a train and head north for the first time.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh my goodness, okay. Gotta walk along the pier for a long time just to get to the bus or the taxi.
What?
Say hello. It's a little breezy out here.
This is the longest pier I'd ever seen. It's literally a half a mile walk from the ferry to actual dry land.
Off the ferry. And we're heading to an old castle of Victoria. Sorry, it's very shaky.
This is why I wanted to come to the Isle of Wight. I wanted to come and see this castle specifically. And to get here, it took a ferry and then a bus and then walk for a while. It took some time to actually arrive.
Okay. Is that good enough? Okay, we're at Osborne House, which was Queen Victoria and Prince Albert's vacation home on a day tour. That's going to take us about an hour and a half because I didn't plan well. My fault.
It's only 11:15. We can do like till 2. We have like almost 3 hours.
Yeah. Maybe we'll even get some tea. We'll have high tea.
The castle itself is what you would expect. A lot of art, paintings of people you don't know because you don't know the history, really impressive architecture, opulence. So after we toured the castle, we walked the grounds. And, you know, it's really pretty. And we were there early in the season. It's still March. Some things are starting to bloom. But for the most part, I think in the summer it would be really, really amazing with even more things in bloom, a lot more flowers. So we have decided that someday we will come back and actually spend time on the island. After our walk, we took a bus. walked back on the pier, got to the train station, got a massage because it's been a long day. And it also wraps up our South Shore tour of England. And now we're going to head north.